If you're looking for the cheapest, and I mean cheapest coins out there to build your God Squad, head over to AOEAH.com. They are fast and reliable, and make sure you use code WOLF to get 3% off. Link is in the description. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the match defense that I use from the 335 wide that other people use, but I'm going to show you my variations. Now, I was going to do this on current gen, but I was like, you know what, man, I'm just going to show you guys on next gen, even though we can't do the zone drops and stuff like that. I'll just explain it to you guys. Now, what I'm going to show you today is actually in the membership section, which is the full scheme breakdown of 335 wide. It's got everything. 245 odd is in there. Tray wide flex bunch, offset 4-3 even 6-1, Y off trips, pats. All this stuff is in there. Single back wing stack, advanced man defensive tips, all in there, man. So if you want leverage in the game, make sure you check it out. Now, as far as substitutions, there's a reason I used the Ravens, because you can get away with using linebackers with the Ravens because they're fast. They're 89 speed. So I have Queen on the outside, typically a middle linebacker, but we have him on the outside for speed, and we have Owe over here, and then Stevens is my user on the inside. As far as secondary goes, I'm not really going to worry about that right now. We're just going to leave everybody where they're at, but linebackers and safeties are your key components in this defense. Now, what am I doing here? Okay, so 335 wide. Now, another key thing, we're going to be talking about the Mike Blitz 3. Another key thing is you want to make sure you have an auto flip on so your defense aligns to the strong side of the field or the formation on offense. So if they're running a trips formation, that middle blue will be on the trip side. You know what I mean? That way they can't cook you. So Mike Blitz 3, let me go ahead and just talk about the trips formations. Now, base setup right here. What you always want to do, and like I said, this is the way I run it. You don't have to run it this way, okay? But just to give my opponent leverage in underneath routes, I'll go ahead and base align wire triangle left stick to the right. And then I'll go ahead and spread the D line out and crash them out, and then QB contain, okay? So like this. So left on the D-pad, left stick up for spread, left on the D-pad, right stick out for sign outside, and then QB contain. Reason being is because a lot of people here like to run play action. So I'll probably send a blitz at the beginning of the game just to see where they're at. They run inside zone, then I'll start making those adjustments where I pinch the line, crash them down and stuff like that. And you can shoot the gap pretty good with this one right here. However, what I like about this play is if you pass commit RB or R1 right stick up for pass commit, and then you put yourself on a blue and then stand right here, like somewhere right next to this guy, right? And he snaps the ball and it's play action. Your fast linebackers are on the outside. Let's see how they react. Boom, we just hit the line. They're right there for the quarterback already. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care about the play action. They're going for the quarterback. Let me show you guys again. Base align, pass commit, put this guy on a blue. You can even stand on this side if you want. Now, right here, running this setup right here is just in case, you know, they need a lot of yards and they're trying to pass the ball. You see right there, easy sack. That's how you run the blitz side of it, all right? So remember that. Now, better players are going to dot you up like that because they're going to cancel play action, right? So what we can do here is if we think they're going down the field, we can base align, okay? Do the same setup, QB contain, but this time we want to go ahead and put X on a vertical hook. So right on the D-pad twice, select X, which is queen, left stick down for vertical hook, okay? And then I just put myself on a blue, or you can put yourself on a blitz, doesn't matter. If you don't want to get held up by the line, I suggest you put yourself on a blue if you think it's play action. But I want you guys to see how the match defense actually works in this play, which is really good. He's got nowhere to go. So let's go into instant replay and let's see how the zones are actually reacting to this play. So instant replay. Okay, so we have our match defense right here, and he's doing his job correctly, okay? He's going to match the vertical routes coming up in his zone, and then he'll break away whenever he realizes he's gone. Now, on this side over here, you're gonna notice the blues and how the matches are playing on this side, okay? So match defense is gonna cover that tight end outside to the flat, and then this outside third right here is going to actually sit and wait. This is the defense that I like to use a lot because this guy will actually play and sit and wait. Now, you could get glitched out. A lot of people like to glitch this defense out with like bunch. You'll see right here coming over the top, this guy, if he had a proper setup with like a corner route or whatever, he could probably hit me over the top. You see how he has that space? So you have to be careful with that. To leverage that, to actually put that on your sides, you baseline and then you put him on a deep path, okay? So if he tries to do that again, okay, see if he tries to do that again, see what kind of love we get now. I'm actually getting held up right here. You don't want to get held up. You'll see that he's going to bail and jet straight for that deep crossing route. So you can see it right here in instant replay. Okay, so right here with the deep half I put him on, he's going to break like a deep half, and that's what we want him to do. We want him to actually see the threat as this guy. So that's how you counter a lot of the one play tutties in cover 3 that try to force your outside third to cover this guy or this guy right here, or this guy, depending on how far he's running his corner route. He'll bail on these guys and worry about the threat. That's why the deep path works very well in cover 3. So you can do that. Now, where this defense suffers, okay? This is where this defense suffers. Let me show you guys real quick. And not a lot of people know this. Okay, so let's just pick the same, and then let's go ahead and run dagger. Okay, let's run dagger. I'm gonna show you guys where this defense suffers. So let me go ahead and just base a line, boom, put a vertical hook out there, and then we'll play it the same way. Okay, we'll leave the seam flats, which is the match defensive side of the cover 3, and let's just see how they play this right here. I'm just gonna user the middle of the field, and I'll show you where this defense suffers. You see where it suffers, okay? You're seeing it right now. I'll run it again so he can complete that. I don't know why he didn't complete that. It was right there for him, wide open, okay? And this is why I love playing against cover 3, because you can run cover 4 quarter type beaters against match defense, and it's gonna get open. You know what I mean? I'll teach that to you guys, and again in the video, people that have been on my channel know what I mean already, but you attack it the same way. It's match defense. It works the same way. So I'm just gonna come over here, user. That's the problem with the match defense you're gonna run into if you're not careful. So how do we alleviate that problem? There's one thing you can do, okay? What you can do is you base a line, spread the line, contain, and then you're gonna go ahead and take X, put him on a hard flat. Put him on a hard flat. Now your user has 2 options. Where you're going to be weak here is you're going to be weak on this vertical side. Unless the seam flat picks him up, if it's on a vertical route, you'll see that your inside third is on the wrong side, so he's displaced. He cannot make the play on a quick seam route. Okay, so let's just see what happens here. So you guys can see how, and then we're just gonna guard the middle of the field with our user. Boom, 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 right there. And he got that completion right there because of the situation and how we have it set up. Now, you can run in zone drops. You can run underneath coverage and they'll sit low. So if you have, like, you could run the same setup, run a 3-man rush, put this guy on a hard flat. Actually put the wrong guy on the hard flat, but it's all good. Doesn't matter. You can actually use the inside guys as the hard flats, to be honest with you guys. You could do that too. And then you can take your A guy and put him on a vertical hook, okay, and leave your match coverage there. So it'll look like this. Now you'll have a vertical hook stopping the tight end, right? And if you shade underneath, he'll back up to the tight end, then he'll jump down to where this running back's gonna go. And that's where zone drops become key as far as your yellows go. You set them to 5 and these guys will play lower. So boom, right here, I'm just gonna guard this guy. And he has something over the middle of the field that I probably should have played. That was just a bad user on my part. But I didn't want him to get away with anything else. You know what I mean? So it's a chess game. So we'll just run it like this, boom. And we have a Mabel style cover defense in our defense. We have a 3-man pass rush, which is decent, not the best, but like I said, if you're playing coverage, this is what you're doing. Pass this route off to him. I'll watch the middle of the field, and I'm too slow. I'm too slow, bro, but that's just a game of Madden. You're gonna have to predict those routes, but I was on it. It's just not too, I wasn't fast enough. So you're gonna be blending all these different variations in, okay? So right here, you can, if he starts doing that, then you can shade underneath, wire triangle, right stick down, take those match coverage assignments off, right? And then you can run this. We know that he may send that tight end on a drag, so we'll go ahead and bait the drag and then jump to the middle routes, okay? We'll do that right here. Pass commit. Bait the tight end, jump this route, and then come over here, jump this route, and my man has nowhere to go, okay? So that's how you do it effectively if you're gonna send the pressure. You gotta know what you're doing when you're sending the pressure. Let's come to instant replay so I can show you guys again. Remember what we're doing. We shaded underneath, so now these seam routes cancel out, and they're gonna play a hard flat. Now remember, had he sent this tight end on a streak on the seam, it's money for him. So this is what I mean, situation. If you're gonna send the pressure, typically you're gonna send it when he needs a lot of yards, not when he needs minimum yards. If he needs 5 yards, I want you to go to your zone drops, change your hook curls to 5, change your cloud flats to 5, and then you play that defense that way, okay? You can even set your hard flats to 5 and then run cloud flats, okay? So you could set it up like a Mabel style defense, so it would look like this. You shade up, shade down, okay? And then you can actually put X on a curl flat. So you'll have a Mabel on this side, a 3-rec hook here, and then all we really have to do is we can contain and then worry about the seam route right here up the field on the right side. So we can run the seam route, boom, this route, and we got people there for the stop, minimum yards. But being, like I said, you set your zone drops right, these guys will actually jet to it. Now, where a lot of people like to attack you is in doubles, 2x2. So right here, Mike Blitz 3, let's go ahead and go to doubles Y flex. And let's go ahead and run seams X under. Let's see if he's actually smart enough. Let's say I baseline, boom, 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 like this, okay? We're sending pressure, and I'm gonna guard the middle of the field. Let's see what he picks up on his read as far as the quarterback goes. Now you're seeing right here, you're gonna see another weakness with the 2x2s right here, okay? This is a problem. If you're going against the Mike Blitz 3, this might be something you think about. Seam routes with the routes on the outside. Let me show you. This is actually a perfect play to show you guys with. So your seam routes are going to recognize the 2x2, and they're going to recognize the threat on the seam routes. That's why they're seam flats. They're going to guard the seam routes coming up the field. So what happens? Well, now what happens is everything underneath on this side is going to be weak. Okay. So if you're facing someone running a 2x2, right, you're going to see it on this side too. It's going to be the same thing. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be the same damn thing. And this is a very, very good play for Mike Blitz 3. So how do we alleviate this problem? Well, you set your zone drops down to 5, right? You can baseline, QB contain, and then put your outside linebackers on hard flats. Okay, so, and then you set them to 5 or 10. So if it's one of those smash concept plays where they have the hook on the right side, the curl on the right side, he should be able to play it. Now, when you're facing 3rd and long, 3rd and 20, what I want you to do is you can come out in this defense right here, okay? And you're gonna baseline, shade down, shade up, set your cloud flats to 20, and then you're just gonna blitz the house and you're gonna run at the line. So if you know they need a lot of yards, you hit these tackles right here, boom, and then you jet in up the field, okay? Force him to throw it underneath or quick so he doesn't get 20 yards. You know what I'm saying? That is one thing that I love to do with this defense. I'll run it late game, or if I know my opponent needs to pass it down the field, I'm gonna run this defense religiously. Turn auto flip ball. That's key because you don't want to get cooked on those on those seam routes. Hope you guys enjoy it, man. Use it wisely. Love you guys, man. Peace.